What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the WaWas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ, and today we're going to be doing a reaction video. I think this one might break the internet. You guys know these two very controversial people. You either hate them or you love them. And this is Nicki Minaj and Kevin Samuels. They have an Instagram live. So I know a lot of people have their thoughts about Nicki Minaj and Kevin Samuels. Me personally, you know, I remember I was talking to a girl and she asked me about Kevin Samuels, and I said I like his stuff. I'm a fan of his stuff, and she just went crazy. She was like, "You like Kevin Samuels? What?" And I got a friend that really hates Kevin Samuels, so they know themselves. Shout out to them. But me personally, I think that Kevin Samuels, he gives a lot of good advice, and he can be, you know, very misunderstood. And if you really sit down and watch a full video of his content, he makes like an hour plus worth of content instead of watching like a small clip. You would see that he's not like what people think, because people may have the misconception that he hates black women or he bashes women. Nah, I think he's really trying to help women. And if you think he's bashing women, watch the videos he's done with men. So yeah, I don't think I think he's really good for women. Is he harsh? Yeah, I think sometimes he's harsh. But you know, he gives out the same, he basically goes off of like, if you're nice to him, he's nice to you. He's, you know, it's as simple as that. So, and then, you know, Nicki Minaj, very controversial. She's always in the media, very big star, very talented. Yeah. So you would never think Nicki Minaj and Kevin Samuels would be in the same sentence. So yeah, but hopefully, I hope there's no no toxicity in this and no crazy back and forth. So I want to see a good conversation. Hopefully that can come from this. But yeah, before I get into it, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want me to review something, make sure you go to my Instagram at biquon, and it might be the next reaction video. But yeah, let's get right into this.
I heard it was blood clots and shit. I'm old. I remember I wasn't run over there. So.
Let me tell you. You see, let me tell you why I love the universe, and I am a firm believer of the universe.
Okay.
Listen, I wanted to get on and talk to you for a very long time.
Is that right?
That's very right.
What we got?
So I want to know what you gotta, you know, let's have this real talk. Let's have this real talk.
Oh shit.
Because I know a lot of times when people will speak to you, it's like they trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you call somebody trying to be funny, yes, I feel if you call somebody trying to be funny, then don't be mad at what you get. If you call somebody that, you know, and you're really trying to, you know, sincerely ask questions or get information or chat, then that's different. So I want to talk to you.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Well, what do you rate me?
Shit. She went right to it.
Yeah.
Do you think the men rate women?
No, I thought.
Yeah, men rate women. They do, Kevin Samuels. They definitely do. Let's continue. I don't want to cut it off too much.
Because isn't that what you do?
What have you seen in my content? Have you just seen like the clips?
Yeah. I think I always see people calling you, and then you tell them You ain't no such and such. You lying to yourself. You ain't this. You know,
what I typically don't do is I don't typically rank people. I ask them if they rank themselves. I usually ask these questions.
So let's start it that way.
Yeah. Like, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Dress size?
My dress size?
Mm-hmm.
Then the guy said, like, my dress size. That's a good question. I guess a 4.
All right. And on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank yourself?
I don't know what she's gonna say.
Fresh face out of the shower. Just you.
Yeah.
That's how I always ask the question.
Uh-oh.
7.
Can't use 7. That's why 7 is the most common answer.
Really?
Oh wow, I didn't expect her to say 7. I really didn't expect her to say 7. After all the women that like come on his platform, and when you ask them that question, they all say a 10, and they're clearly not a 10. Like, I didn't expect Nicki Minaj to say I'm a 7. So I think she's being humble and stuff, but you know, that just goes to show, you know, good character and everything. Because like, I think when people rate themselves a 10, you know, it's just not being realistic. Like, most people in life aren't a 10, and I think you need to like be a little bit realistic and stuff, and just like show that there's, when you rate yourself lower, it shows that there's room for improvement. You know, it doesn't just, you know, because I wouldn't rate myself a 10. I wouldn't. But yeah, I just think it's ridiculous when people rate themselves a 10. Most people aren't 10s. 10s are very rare. So yeah, but I would, you know, yeah, I'm surprised she said a 7. I would probably rate her. I don't know how she looks like fresh face out of the shower. So that's where I couldn't give like an accurate answer, but I would rate her like an 8. You know, an 8 the lowest. That's what I would rate her.
It's the default answer for most people because they don't want to go too high, they don't want to go too low.
Well, no, it ain't a default answer for me.
Well,
Oh
let's see. I would give you a 9.
Okay.
I would give you a 9 because you have the facial symmetry and you get additional points for eyes. Full lips.
I love
See,
full lips.
it's not.
Full
I'm an
lips.
actual image consultant. And look, I'm sure you deal with a lot of people who take your pictures and stuff and so forth. You have a symmetrical face. And so it's much more based upon facial symmetry. It's not based on European beauty standards or anything like that. It's much more based upon what babies, animals, human beings have evolved to find attractive.
Wow.
You get additional points because we've evolved to find more slanted eyes. Some are attractive, especially when they're not on aging.
Wow.
But that's not what gets translated. Most of the time, people take my clips and cut it down to something that's gonna make a viral moment. It's gonna start a conversation. Take the good with the bad. Have you seen anything else that I did?
I saw one time when you checked this lady for, I guess it was a white lady or a Hispanic lady, and you was like, oh, you're not gonna come on this show and talk down on black women. That's what the fuck you know.
Nobody will ever show stuff like that.
So again, that was a clip. I didn't see the context really, but
well, I get a rap of hating black women, and it's far from that. I mean, there are over 50 black women who report that they've gotten married as a result of watching my content.
really,
It's on my Instagram. I actually had a young sister. This post up saying, hey, as a result of you, I snatched the ring. I just actually posted a brother who was about to move to the Dominican Republic, and he found his wife in my Facebook group. Like 12 couples have gotten married in there. But that stuff doesn't get publicized. But when I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about men and women, but because I'm black, I'm talking about us. And at the time, I would bring stuff in, and then a lot of times sisters would say, well, men, when they get to a certain level, they only want white women and this or that. So I let women from other races come in. I'm like, okay, well, can you learn anything from them? What would you teach them? And the one woman came in and she thought she was going to do what I did to black women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold on, oh wait. Now we can talk this way. Karen, you sit your ass down over there. Because I don't play that. I wouldn't let, despite popular opinion, I love my mother, I love my daughter. But we do have to have a family conversation. And it's what's starting to happen more is actually we're starting to have more conversations about this. It ain't comfortable, but we're starting to see progress.
Well, let me ask you this just outright then. Mm-hmm. Why do successful black men date outside of their race?
Okay, that's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know why, and but there are like successful men that date black women, but I don't know. I guess because of there are certain black women that they meet in their life that don't have those submissive traits, because those men who are celebrities and in the top 10%, they're going to want, a certain woman that's not going to basically talk back to them and question their judgment, because they gotta move around and they live a certain lifestyle. So I think that's why they don't pick certain black women, because they come with certain traits and stuff. So yeah, or perceived traits, because not all black women are like that, of course. So yeah, but yeah, no, that's a good question. I want to see the answer to this one.
Well, I would say this. When I look at men, I split them up. Guys that I consider to be in the industry, music, entertainment, athletics, and then guys on the business side. Business side, because I come from that side. But more often than not, black men want to be with black women. 85% of black men are married to black women.
Oh.
When I have my guys come to me, even after they got themselves together, like Dennis Furley, the guy who just moved, he found his black wife in my group. Black men we want to be with them. The problem is, let's be honest, in my lifetime, we weren't really raised to learn how to get along with one another. Mm-hmm. We can kick it, we can hook up, and can we work together long term? And you're married now, right? Okay, relationship is a skill set. It's different than dating in short term. We really want to talk that kind of stuff. And what successful people who are doing good in their professional life want to fail in their personal life. And in the black community in particular, when we fail in our personal lives, we pay a huge penalty because so few of us get married. It's almost like we like to see people's marriages fall, but we need more of those things in order to build whatever we're going to be, because people may not like my method, but I want to see more black men who want black wives get with black women. And that's the outcome we're getting. It ain't pretty. Sometimes it ain't pretty.
Can I say something real quick? Black women, can we stop talking about if these niggas want us or not? Excuse me, Kevin, this is not. I'm talking to black women real quick. Can we stop posting all day on TikTok? Because I newly went to TikTok and I just kept seeing this.
There's a lot of toxicity on TikTok.
If these successful black men want us or not. Can we just focus on us and we be successful, and then we go out there and we decide who the fuck we want? Because what I've been seeing is, I feel like I've been seeing men using that as an opportunity because they've been hurt and somebody done went to and they've been using it as a way to come out and lash out and poke fun at black women and use it as a way to feel like they somebody or they something. Or, so for all you niggas that's doing that on TikTok or whatever the fuck y'all at, eat a dick, go away. Somebody gives a shit about you. And I want black women to stop fucking posting about whether or not y'all want black women or not. Okay? Well, I want black women just to focus on themselves, be successful, and then you go out there and you decide the trajectory of your life. Okay?
Yo, she just went in right there. She brought up an excellent point, though. She did bring up an excellent point. One little bit, I didn't agree with a little bit, part of it. Yeah, I think women should stop worrying about those type of men who don't, black women in this case, should stop worrying about those men that don't want them. Because, like, if they want to do what they want to do, fuck them. But one thing I'll say is, like, those men that don't want black women, quote unquote, and I talked about this in the Fresh and Fit reaction I did. Like, you can want what you want. If you don't like black women, that's fine, but stop talking shit about them. And I think that's where Nicki Minaj is saying where them niggas gotta eat a dick. But I agree with her, because there's a lot of dudes I think in you know, that are hurt, and I've said this before, that are hurt and stuff in this whole manosphere or red pill or whatever you want to call it, and it's on TikTok. I'm not usually on TikTok. Maybe I'll join TikTok if you guys want me to. But yeah, there's a lot of hurt guys that be saying some toxic, crazy shit because they were hurt in the past, or their interactions with women were bad, or they're just trying to they just think fucking a bunch of girls or whatever is the way to be like a really that man, you know? So nah, I agree with her, because there's a lot of men out there that you know, they're just very toxic. And you know, the point that I did disagree with her is on that part where she said women need to focus on themselves and then go after what they want. I think that key thing is the problem that's going on nowadays. And it's not a problem to focus on yourself, whatever, but you need to present yourself in a good manner so that the man that you want picks you, basically. Because let's be honest, most girls not gonna walk up to a guy and try to get their number and stuff. That doesn't happen, not in mass. So I do think it's okay to focus on yourself, whatever, but stop focusing on these men that don't like you because you're black. Fuck them. Focus on the men that like you for who you are. You know, you can focus on yourself, but don't let focusing on yourself and get in the bag and all that stop you from a good person. Because a lot of people, you know, she probably comparing like her situation or whatever, and most women are not Nicki Minaj. I hate when people when they try to make comparisons, bring up celebrities. They live in a whole entirely different world. Stop bringing them up as examples, because it's not a good one. You do not live the lifestyle they live. You don't have the money they have. So yeah, that's the only part I disagreed with. But other than that, yeah, she brought up some excellent points.
And here's the thing. There's a lot of hurt on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of, and especially in the black community, we don't really do a lot of counseling, therapy. I recommend therapy often because we got a lot of stuff individually that we want to deal with. And marriage and relationships are not for everybody. And I'm just trying to, ultimately I ask you, what do you want? What do you want? And what are you prepared to do to get what you want?
Yeah.
And are you willing to pay that cost? It's really the conversation, but it always gets kind of whittled down. But at the end of the day, what we are seeing is, you know, especially if you're under 30, it's harder for guys today under 30 than it was from 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But you can't take care of a family on a high school or just coming out. So they're involved. And I just had men's week, and I told guys, look, while you're under 30, work on getting yourself together, because like it or not, you're really not in a position like you should be to be able to work with, lead, do anything like that. And you see the hate, not the hate, but the hurt on both sides, because a lot of times people will use these talking points to go at and poke women over here, but that's not what's going on right now. This year, we're past the sound. We still laugh. We still do all that stuff. We're talking about self-awareness and moving the needle. I'm in LA tomorrow talking with a famous sexologist, a womanist feminist, to talk about things that that people on my side may not understand, to further open the conversation up. Because that's what we have to get to. We got to end up, for whoever want to be involved with whoever, we got to end up having a better conversation, because while we're separate, fighting, everybody else just eats off of us.
Yeah.
That's really what it looks like. So
yeah.
But,
Okay, Kevin. Since we gotta get down to the business chat.
Go ahead.
Now, do you think a man can have sex 3 times a night for the rest of his life?
Yeah, that I'm gonna end it right here, and I agree with what Kevin said. There's hurt on both sides, and I said it in a lot of videos. That's where there can be a lot of misconceptions about women and about men. I think that's where we get. I think starting a conversation, and that's what my channel is for. To start a conversation is the best way to break these barriers between men and women, especially black men and black women. So yeah, this was surprisingly a very good conversation between them. I'm gonna put the link down in the description so you can watch the full video. Yeah, it was a really good conversation. And people have their misconceptions about both of them, and even with Nicki Minaj, people expect Nicki Minaj to be a wild person or whatever, and just going crazy. I bet like a lot of girls was like, oh, I can't wait for Nicki Minaj to eat this nigga up. But the conversation didn't go that way, so I'm glad it didn't, because it was actually a good conversation. She came with the perspective of, I want to understand and give this man like a chance to speak and understand him before I make a verdict. And I think that's how many people should come to the conversation, trying to understand each other instead of coming to a conversation with their mind already made up. So Nicki Minaj carried herself very well in this video. I'm very surprised by her. She carried herself very well in this video. So yeah, I think this conversation is going to be very important, very good. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. This guy's making big moves. And I hope the best for him, because I think he does, despite the the backlash that he gets, I think, in the misconceptions, I think that he has very good intentions for black women and black men, and just women and men in general. But yeah, in order for you to see that, you really gotta sit down and just have the conversation, or sit down and actually try to hear what he's saying before you come to your conclusion. So great video. What do you guys think about this conversation? What are your views on Nicki Minaj and Kevin Samuels? I know if you want to get a woman mad, like, just say you like Kevin Samuels, you're going to see her go off. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, BQ Quick Review You know how we do.
Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.